Peter Wohlleben, author of the book The Hidden Life of Trees, outlines for us a different point of view, life from the perspective of trees. There are many aspects of the lives of trees that we may have previously overlooked, such as their existence on a different time scale, their methods of communication, and their relationships. In his chapter titled Street Kids, he shows us the plight of the trees that are planted throughout our neighborhoods and in urban areas and parks versus those that are able to grow up in a more natural environment. My southern magnolia at Pickens and Hayward on the edge of USC campus, as well as others throughout the neighborhood, they are the street kids of Hollywood Rose Hill, and this is their story. Trees are naturally members of communities, and they communicate with each other through a variety of methods, just like we do. They send chemical and electrical signals through the immense fungal networks connecting their root tips. If one of them is suffering from damage, the others feed it nutrients and water through their root systems to help it out. They send chemical signals from their leaves to each other through the air as a gas, like ethylene, for example. Their sense of light helps cue them to begin certain life functions, like leafing out. Their flowers are aromatic and vibrant, using scent and visual cues to attract pollinators. Some trees are luckier than others. They have more neighbors and host a variety of species. Whereas some live more or less on their own. The street kids normally aren't surrounded by their family. They don't have their mothers to shade them and protect them from themselves. So the street kids grow too tall, too fast. They shoot up high, no end in sight. And all this energy is expended in a short amount of time. But trees exist on a different time scale than we do. They need to take it slow. For the street kids, the nearest neighbors are their adopted family. Unfortunately, street kids seem to have lost the ability to communicate in these ways. They are often haunted by the abuse they endure when being handled in nurseries awaiting their adoption. The street kids are choked by the sidewalk, the roadway, compacted soil, and underground pipes.
Ready anytime you are, CB.
Over the course of their lifetimes, they endure so much traffic and noise. Day and night. And then there's the litter and the systemic abuse. Do you recognize her from this angle? Severe prunings, when entire limbs are sawn off, leads to tree starvation from a substantial reduction in photosynthesis, and further promotes fungal growth and sickness for the trees. In chapter 27 of the book, Peter Wohlleben says, "At the end of the day, the stresses the trees must bear are so great that most of them die prematurely.